Hello everyone! Welcome to the Ponless Challenge Run, the live stream series where we are trying to beat a hat in time while collecting as few pawns as possible. Now if you want to watch these challenge runs on your own time, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and boop that bell button to stay notified. And I see we have our first chatter for tonight. Welcome, Copper Nicholson. Thank you so much for dropping by. How's it going? The ads. Yep, that's fair. So, I'm pretty excited for this because this is the second challenge run I've ever done for this channel. We just finished our first one last week, the Cross-Code No Speed Challenge run, and that took almost 5 months, but it was awesome. Definitely really satisfying to complete. So, it is going to be interesting trying to step into a new game and try to adjust to that. Yeah, welcome, Copper Nicholson. How's your week been? I'll explain some of the nuances of this challenge run pretty early in the game, but before we do that, let's, yes, Copper Nicholson knows. This isn't Cross-Code, indeed. The Cross-Code No Speed Challenge run was completed last Thursday, I want to say. We defeated the final boss and proved that you could in fact beat that game without collecting XP. And now we're starting a new challenge run. So there's a whole new host of meme challenges to play around with, and, well, this is going to be a new challenge entirely. It's a completely different game. Hey, Gretgor, thank you so much for dropping by. How's it going? Ah, you're cooking right now. Don't mind me asking, and where are you cooking? Making something nice? Without further ado, I think let's get started, and after we'll say the opening cutscene, I'll explain some of the finer details of this challenge run, because it is a bit more technical. Ah! Fair point, Gretgor. That is Emily, isn't it? Bonjour, everyone! People have never played Cross-Code have no idea what I'm talking about, and that's okay. As an old challenge run ends, a new one begins.
Good morning, and welcome to yet another day of space adventure. You are only
I always like this opening cutscene. It's
it's
really adorable, but also relatable. You're in like the best sleep of your life, and then all of a sudden, your alarm goes off, and you're like, darn it. I am sorry to hear about that, Copper Nicholson. But I'm glad you're at least seeking help, or seeking a therapist. That's such an important step. And yeah, life can be. Gretgor's right. Life can be terrible sometimes, but it's good to take things one step at a time. Ah, you're eating pasta and watching season 2. That is one way to put it. Now, in terms of a Pons counter, Hey, Coolwell2, thank you so much for dropping by. How you doing? Welcome to the Ponless Challenge Run. So, there's a couple things I need to explain. Oh, glad you're doing well. Anyway, there's a couple things I need to explain about this challenge run, because it's not as straightforward as it might seem. You might think, oh, well, Antomicx, if this is a Ponless Challenge Run, you just need to avoid collecting any pawns, right? Well, here's the thing. It's not quite that simple. First of all, there are actually 3 types of things in this game that are called pawns. The first one is the green type, which are marked by this counter here, and those would be the equivalent of coins if this were like a Mario game. And these things are everywhere. That's what a green pawn is. There are heart pawns, which are basically like little healing items, so you'll notice I don't think it shows up here, but at some point, oh, there it is. Top left corner of the screen, you'll see a little life counter there. That's essentially Hat Kid's HP. If that's less than the max, hard pawns would, of course, heal some of that. And finally, there are rift pawns, which look a bit golden, and those are necessary to complete some of the timepieces. So, first and foremost, for the sake of this challenge run, whenever I say pawns, I'm referring to green pawns. Not heart pawns and not rift pawns. We'll keep those as separate entities, just so everyone's on the same page. Now, you might be saying after that, well, okay, Antomicx, so it's just the green pawns we're trying to avoid, right? Well, what happens if you collect a pawn? Is the challenge run over? Do you restart? And the answer to that question is no. My thought is I want to try and explore all, I think, 56 timepieces in the game to see which ones can be completed, we'll say Ponless, and which ones can't, and if they can't, how many pawns are necessary. So that if this game can be completed Ponless, then of course we obviously would have a theoretical amount, but if it can't be completed Ponless, we'll at least know what the minimum amount of pawns are needed to beat this game. Now, the next obvious question is, and yep, that's right, Copper Nicholson, there are new meme challenges, and they are a lot of fun. And that's a good point, Gregor. So, the thing about Hat in Time is there are some missions where you actually have to pay a certain amount of pawns to even unlock the ability to enter the mission. Which, again, is another reason why it wouldn't be just a case of, oh, y'all, you collected 1 pawn, or, oh, suddenly there's a mission that you have to complete that requires pawns to play, but now the guest run's dead, right? No. Then it would just be a minimum pawnless run, so to speak. And in order to keep track of that, I created this handy-dandy little chart, so I think you guys should be seeing it now. Ta-da! So, this here is my official pawn table. It explains kind of the basic rules of the run, while also being a place that we will update pretty frequently. Yep, thanks, Coolwall, too. I did put a lot of effort into this. So, this is going to be how we're going to keep track of every single level and how many pawns we need to actually beat that level. So, but before we do that, I'll explain the rules again. So first, like I said before, only green pawns will be counted as pawns. Second, if a level requires pawns to be played, because I know there's a bunch of levels like that, that pawn cost must be added to the levels of minimum pawn amount. So let's say, for example, there's a mission that requires, I don't know, 10 pawns to enter. Then, even before we even step foot in that level already has 10 pawns that are required to complete it. And then we would add on to that after we find out what we need in that level. And hey, Dowick, thank you so much for dropping by. Welcome to the Hat in Time Pawnless Challenge Run. Or I should say the Hat in Time Minimum Pawn Challenge Run. I'm doing well, Dowick. How have you been? I'm currently explaining how the pawn table's going to work. So basically, this is how we're going to keep track of basically the minimum amount of pawns to complete a Hat in Time, as well as we'll try to go through all 56 timepieces, which will be a great way to keep track of. If you want to do an 100% Hat in Time run with minimum pawns, this would be how we keep track. And yes, that is. You're right, Dowick. That is Smudge Hat Kid. So one of the meme challenges, I put a little image of that there. But also, you're right. I should. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present Smudge Hat Kid. Alright. Oh, right. Can you see it now, Copper Nicholson? My mistake, I was still explaining the pawn table. Yep, there we go. There's our Smudge Hat Kid. So, for those who've watched Crosscode, that face is a face that I've seen the character Emily make a lot, and thus we have a running gag on this stream that Hat Kid is basically Emily, and this is Smudge Emily. Bonjour, everybody. This is what I looked like when I was young. Alright, but in all seriousness, back to the pawn table, just to kind of explain the rules. So, let's say we get a level and we don't need pawns to play it, and we enter the level and we are playing it. How do we determine if that level is truly pawnless? Well, the rule I settled on is if the pawn counter's value is the same at the start and end of a level. So let's say, for the sake of argument, we had 6 pawns at the start of a level, and when we beat the level, we also have 6 pawns. If we did not need pawns to actually play the level in the first place, then that level is considered to be completed pawnless. And I should have mentioned that what I mean by the end of the level is the moment we touch the timepiece or timepiece cluster at the end of the level, that is the end of the level. Any cutscenes after that, anything that happens in a cutscene, that doesn't count. It's just the actual playable level itself. And finally, pawns cannot be spent in shops for useful items. So if there's like a meme badge we can buy from the shops or something silly like that, of course we can go for that. But if it's something that might be useful, like, for example, the No Bonk badge, or the Mad Hatter badge, we cannot buy those. So, that'll make this very interesting, to say the least. Yeah, I know, Gregor. No Bonk not having the no bond badge especially is going to hurt a lot. Because I'm so used to using that badge so much in this game. So without that it's going to get rough, especially in some of the later levels. But hopefully they're still doable. Yeah, the Ponless challenge run. I guess that is technically true. Oh, right. Here we go, I believe. Yep, should be all set. Here we are. So, welcome to the main area proper. Yep, you can still bring a follow back, so whole new sets of meme challenges, and there's a lot going on here, but we are going to have to be very, very careful in this game, because I have a feeling that there are a lot more pawns in places I don't remember than I think. And that's right, Gregor. The no bonk badge is a badge that lets you dive into walls without slamming your head. So let me show you what happens if I were to try diving into a wall. So, by the way, Hat Kit can dive, so she dives kind of like this, as you can see. And if you just leave her there, she does a little cute pose, but more importantly, this allows us to move around the map really quickly. Now, if I were to dive into a wall, this happens. Hat Kit kind of hits her head, and she doesn't take damage, but it just completely kills her momentum. But with the no bump badge, what would happen is, if I were to dive into a wall, instead of... Oh, sorry, Rumby. If I were to dive into a wall with the no bump badge, I would instead run up the wall like this. Does that make sense, Copper Nicholson? Alright, so a heart pawn, Copper Nicholson, is basically like a healing item that's just found randomly in the level, whereas the sprint... Not pawn, but the sprint badge, or sprint hat, is a hat we will eventually get. So in Hat in Time, we actually do get the ability to get new hats as we progress through the game that give us different abilities. So that's what some of those are. And yes, you're right, Copper Nicholson, we do have to punish food that's been bad. That's a very Hat Kid thing. Oh, you're on a try and ruin my day? We'll see about that, Copper Nicholson, but I know there's a lot of memes. But first we have to actually start the run. Oh yeah, after hearing that menu. Do tell, Doich. You have some ideas? Oh, also, before I forget, in terms of customizable stuff, I'm not going to click on the weapon yet, because if I do, that might accidentally equip one of the many different models we have for weapons. But I will mention that we do have a lot of options in terms of customization. So even though we haven't technically collected anything, I did download a bunch of mods with different things. Some of them are pretty simple, like just dyeing Hat Kit's hair, like your favorite color, or a few more complicated ones, like we have, of course, a reference to Kill La Kill, a reference to Ruby, and even the Waluigi dye. So if you guys want to, there's a meme challenge to select Hat Kit's outfit or weapons, and this is kind of like some of your options. So, anyway. Let's get this run officially started.
What is this? Flying boat? All boats need to pay toll in Mafia Town, even in space. Mafia come in to collect.
I find it amusing that, like, how would they even notice this is my question? Good question, Copper Nicholson. So, I'm banning any mods that could give us a potential benefit. So, like, maybe like a jumping mod, or a mod that, like, I don't know, gives you a different platforming moveset. That's banned, of course, because that could potentially help us. But I'm not banning mods that would either hinder us or be silly. So, like, obviously, skins, that's perfectly fine. Alright, sounds good, Record. And as for mods that are like challenge mods, because there's a few of them, those are fine. And Hattish is so disappointed. I have to wonder if this might not even be the first time this has happened to her, honestly. Oh dear, not again. Good question, Copper Nicholson. For the viewers in chat, I am willing to take suggestions for mods, but of course I have the right to either accept or not accept them, just depending on my personal preference. But there's no harm in suggesting, because the worst that happens is I just say no. And to start, we're here in Mafia Town. So I could progress through this level normally, where we would encounter a character. Hey, Gregor, welcome back. But I also know that that would not be the most efficient way to complete this level, and already I'm seeing Pons, which is bad. Now, we are starting the level with 0 Pons, because we haven't done anything yet. And if we complete this level with 0 Pons, then of course we complete it Ponless. So, the thing about this level is, we're actually going to want to spend a lot of time looking for yarn before we actually do the main objective. But to complete this level, we actually don't have to go very far. So, rather than going the main way, which is down that route, you can just hop up here, and boom, there we go, we're out of the trash alley without any Pons. And now we're free to explore Mafia Town, which many say is reminiscent of, I think, a game called Super Mario Sunshine, and I can see it, even though I didn't play that game. Now, our goal is going to be to try and find yarn. There's some yarn out there, but we can't quite get it. But we want to get some new hats. Our main objective's over there, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I really hope this doesn't have Pons. Please don't be Pons. Thank goodness. And this is part of the fun mechanics to get new hats with new abilities and such. The sprint hat is optional, but the brewing hat is not. So, good that we found that. I also like the Hat Kid generally tends to react to things that are interesting, so you notice there's a little bit of like an interesting side over there, and Hat Kid will just naturally look at, which is a nice attention to detail on the dev's part. Now, we're going to very carefully try to navigate this area and find as much yarn as possible. Oh cool, you did play Super Mario Sunshine Copper Nicholson. Hey, Smurfydens, thank you so much for dropping by. How you been? Oh, no worries, Smurfykins. It's actually posted on my YouTube channel, so if you want to watch last stream or last, or the final boss of last stream, that's both on the YouTube channel, which is linked in my Twitch's About page. Ow! Whoops. And I did also post it on Reddit, so you can always put it there. And, yeah, I already posted it on Reddit, Smurfykins, but thank you for letting me know. I think I am the first to actually record it. Not sure if I'm the first to do it, per se. And, no, Hat Kid's been hurt, so this is what I mean by we need heart pawns. So if we find a heart pawn, of course we can heal up. Thankfully we haven't collected any regular pawns, which is good. But we're going to be careful because there's pawns everywhere. And honestly, I'm debating whether or not we should try opening the safes because they probably most certainly have pawns in them. So that's very spooky. We can't quite attack those normally yet, though we can do this and try to hop on them. There we go. Yep, there are vaults throughout. Yeah, the states are always full of pawns, as well as yarn, so the question is, then, Rektor, can we open them without collecting pawns? Because we do want the yarn. Or we could just go for the chests and hope they don't have pawns. Yep. Oh no. Not that top ransom. There's a heart pawn. Okay. Ow. Oh dear. Are we? No. Ow. Okay. Whoops. My pain begins. So the thing is, that was 100% my fault. I should have just gotten out of there, but apparently when you're in that animation, you can't jump, which kind of threw me for a loop. And first meme challenge of the night. All right, let's add it onto it. So, heart pawns ban. Yeah, that was definitely 100% my fault. Thankfully, we are again starting with 0 pawns, so let's continue where we were going. And let's try to open that chest. Like, that is completely doable. I just need to not be dumb, essentially. Good question, Smurfydens. I cannot buy upgrades that would help, but I can buy, like, silly things or, like, cosmetic things. So, like, if there's a badge that might do something silly, that's fine. But if it's a badge that could help us, like, say, No Bonk or Mad Hatter, that's a no. Then we should just sit for the homing attack, so we'll go full 3D Sonic the Hedgehog style on these birds. Since that's a bit more reliable right now. Or we could just pop on them. Ah, fair enough, Topper Nicholson. Now let's just... I mean, just look, the pawns are everywhere. You see those green things? If we touch even one of those, we have to restart the level. Okay, sounds good, Doit. See you soon. Now, please don't be pawns. Oh, that's even better. Ah, yes, a relic. This game also has relics that, if you collect enough of them and put them together, it lets you access new levels. Ah, we have... Okay, reading a message is Mustache Girl. Hat Kid, when are you going to log out of Crossworlds to help me beat up the Mafia? I mean, come on! How was that, Grector? I mean, the challenge run is still real young, so the voice might develop a bit, but that's I think my best first attempt at Mustache Girl. Ah, glad you liked it. Now let's see here. We need yarn. What? There's a pond before that cannon? I find that disappointing. Aw, sorry to hear that, Copper Nicholson. Just be careful with your computer there. Now, let's be very, very careful. Okay, we got that yarn, Ponless. It's letting us know that we could craft the sprint yarn, but I don't want to do that yet because in case it turns out that there's some yarn that we can't collect Ponless, I want to make sure we don't miss out on the hats that would actually be needed to get past certain obstacles. So, we'll get the sprints hat if we have the ability. If we have enough extra yarn to play around with. That's fair, Grector. So, yeah, some people don't know who Mustache Girl is, but not to worry, she's introduced pretty early. In fact, she is in this level, but I just went a different way to try and avoid Pons. So we didn't run into her quite yet. Good question, Smurfykin. So, I actually already know that completing this game 100% Pons I don't think is doable just because so many levels are gated behind pawn barriers. But, I am curious to see what the minimum number of pawns is. So, that's why we have, of course, this chart, which I'll again show pretty briefly, to keep track of that all. So, we are going to try our best to see what we can do without touching pawns. Which is tricky, because you can see they're just everywhere. It's like... I mean, we're very lucky this is a 3D game, so we have a lot of freedom, but even so, I'm concerned if we ever have, like, a narrow tunnel or something that we have to go through that's filled with pawns. That would be nightmarish. Or, right there, you see that? There's just that evil little pawn right there blocking the only way to get the yarn. So it makes it very, very, very questionable. No, Copper Nettleson, we are not going to use any bugs that exist to try and avoid collecting pawns. I don't even know how to do those if those exist, but even if I did know how to do those, I wouldn't do those because those would be kind of go against the run. And yep, we're doing the DLCs as well. Exactly, Grector. No, I do not want to attempt that, but... Alright, chat. Now, here's the question. Should we try to get that yarn? Because there is... Oh, wait, we can't... Can we get that yarn? Like, just look at that. That setup is really, really nasty. I think if we dive in there, we might be able to, but... Oh, dear. We'll make a mental note about that and come back later, I think, just because I don't want to... collect those pawns. Okay, we can collect that yarn, though, so... a nice little place to show that we can crawl around. So hard pawns are fine. But, oh wait, no hard pawns are... Darn it! My bad. Forgot about the ban we had tonight. Alright, chat, question. Now, I will mention with the hard pawns ban, there are some areas where touching a heart pawn is mandatory because it just automatically divs you. So those don't count for the ban. But in terms of like something like that, should I restart the level because of that particular ban, or do you guys think, nah, death is just fine enough? Because I do think it's quite possible to... You'd restart? Okay, fair enough, Ripcore, let's restart. How do I restart this level? I can always go back to the main menu, but... Well, yeah, we would count that as a death because of the meme challenge. Okay. You know what? Let's make a poll for this, because if, I think that's fair, since... Let's see here. Poll... Restart for... I'll leave this poll up for 5 minutes, and poll has begun. Alrighty. So, we'll see, I'll leave that yarn alone for now, because if it is with a band, then I wouldn't be able to get it as easily, but for now, we'll just leave that alone. Now let's try and find some other yarn if we can. I think there might be some up there. Yeah, exactly, Redcore. We can't return to Hub on the first mission, so that's true. Ah, there's yarn up there. And of course there's a pond! Why? On the balloon, no less. Ow. Nope. Okay. Can we get that without that balloon, without, like, some special movement quirks, I wonder? Oh. Okay. Now let's be very... Can I just, like, dive around, jump around that, maybe? What? Duh! Oh, this is going to be interesting. Very, very carefully. Let's go! Yeah, one of the biggest, benefits of a hat, or one of the things I really love about Hat in Time is just how fluid and how much control you have over the 3D movement in this game. Because if you'll notice, chat, the like you have a double jump and a dive, and you can wall run, and you can chain those together in so many unique ways, and you can like cancel out of things. So it's not like if I dive, I'm committed to it for an indefinite time. I can cancel out of it pretty quickly, even if I want to. Ow. But that was for the purposes of demonstrating. But yeah, so we did manage to get that yarn without a pond, so that was fun. Now, let's see, more yarn. There's some. Wait. Oh, I don't have to do some special maneuvers to get that, because normally we need a special hat, as you can see with those blocks there to get that. But I wonder if I can, like, dive for it. Yo, Eyes of Star Town, thank you so much for dropping by. And there we go. Nailed it. We did things out of order. How you doing? Eyes of Star Town? Oh, and I agree. I love the movement in this game. Now, please don't be a pawn beneath us, because if there is, I'd be disappointed. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. So now we can actually stitch together a hat. Right there. Let's get ourselves the brewing yarn, or as I like to call it, the witch hat. Ta-da! Yep, it really does have pleasant movement and stuff. My name is Emily Allen, and I'm the fastest thing alive. Fastest kid alive. So what's cool about the different hats is they have different abilities, so... You might ask, why would you ever use the default hat? And the reason is because it's supposed to help us give an indication of where the objective is. But as for this hat, what this hat does is it lets us do this. We get to mess around with these with basically these flasks that are explosive. So it's and they can be used to destroy certain things. So that's always fun.
What?
Right, no pawns yet. Now, try it very, very carefully. That. Ilvistra, thank you so much for dropping by. How's it going? Yep. Yep, back at with another masochistic challenge run after Crosscode. Exactly, Ilvistra. Thank you for the best of luck, and congratulations on finishing your exams. I hope I hope you did well in them. If you don't mind me asking, Elvestra, what are you studying? Because I know, I mean, I remember the exams I had to take back when I was taking my mechanical engineering courses. They'd be really, really challenging and nerve-wracking for sure. Alright, now I could open that safe, but I'm concerned that there's going to be just a splurge of pawns and we'll have to do a hard reset, so on the level at least. What I'm going to try to do, chat, is I'm going to try and touch it and run away, and hopefully that's not going to give us any pawns. If it does, well, then we know at least. 3, 2, 1. Run away! Run away! Okay. That's a relief. Alright, chat. 1 for yes, 1 for no. I see how it is. So you're gonna leave the decision up to me. Alright. In that case, I'm going to side with no on the restart because in previous, like, meme challenges that we did for Crosscode, I could, for example, like, accidentally break a rule of, like, the, remember the ban on consumable items? I would accidentally eat something during a boss battle. I wouldn't just, like, end the boss battle there. I would add a death to it. So I think it's kind of the same idea here. Ooh, you're studying biology while also focusing on computer science courses. That's really interesting, Elvestra. Definitely an interesting combination. Are you majoring in both, or is it more like biology is your main major and computer science is like a addendum to it? Because I know for me, I actually, when I was in college, engineering was my main major, but my side studies was with something called, I think it was called social inequality. So I took a lot of sociology and philosophy classes, and it was a lot of fun. Now the real question: can I touch that yarn without touching a pawn? I think we're going to have to inch very, 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 very carefully towards it. Hello, 7 Size. Thank you so much for the resub. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, this is a different game. Yeah, well, remember, 7 Size, we did finish the previous challenge run last Thursday, so now it's time for a new challenge run where we're trying to collect as few pawns as possible. And we even have a little table to keep track of it all. But to try and see what the minimum number of pawns is to beat this game. But for now, I am trying to progress here. Ah! Popular there for Skrill. Interesting, Director. Ah, fair enough, Elvestra. Best of luck with your biology major. Now, I'm going to see if I can... I think the hitbox on that yarn is slightly bigger than the pawns. If it is, then we can collect it. If not, then we have a problem. This is so scary. I'm concerned that... I'm, like, touching my key very, very, very gently. Trying not to collect a pawn. You don't think this is possible? Please. No! Alright. We have to restart the level. Why? I hope it at least saved our progress. It probably didn't, if I had to guess. Oh, well, we're starting the... We can't even go back to the spaceship yet, apparently, so... I've chosen the path of pain, exactly, Hopper Nicholson. Okay. Well, we still have the hat, so I think it did save... Yeah. I'm gonna have to update the counter, though, so... We're starting this level with 1 pawn. Isaac Startown, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. I really do appreciate it, man. I hope you enjoy the stream, then. Exactly, all of this. Today we learn... What did we learn today, chat? That pawns have a bigger hitbox than the yarn, despite the fact that yarn is almost twice the size of the pawns themselves. What the heck? Oh, you graduated in computer science. And Scrackcore, that's really interesting. Cool. Yep, it's gonna be a very long path of pain, isn't it? Yeah, as a start down, thank you so much for the wishing me happy holidays. Wish you all happy holidays as well, chat. Oh, speaking of which, I almost forgot to mention, this Thursday there will not be a stream because I am celebrating Christmas and Christmas Eve, so I won't be streaming on Thursday, but of course streams will continue at their normal times on Tuesdays and Thursdays starting next week. So again, heads up, no stream this Thursday. So thankfully we did not touch that yarn, because if we did, then I'd be forever wondering if that yarn was ever collectible or not. But at least we are keeping track of all that. And yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that, Drekor. I know a lot of places have been hit hard by the pandemic, and Brazil especially. But I wish you all the best of luck in getting through this all, because at least the vaccines are beginning to be distributed, so in due time. Now, we are still going to do a bit of exploring to try and see if we can find more yarn, because we want as much yarn as possible. Ooh, actually, down there, wait a second, chat. Now that we have the hat for this. Alright, and we hit that. I'm concerned that it'll release Pons. Please don't release Pons. I'm glad we weren't staying next to it. Now all those boxes are like little landmines, aren't they? They're like, hee hee hee. Just wait for Hat Kid to get close. And then we'll spring the trap on them. Boo! We're gonna have to be really, really careful this challenge run. Do those pawns disappear, though, is the real question. Just if they don't, I don't think we can get in there. Go away! We don't want you! Maybe if I go away and come back, they'll just spawn? We can always hope. Now, let's see. Confidential asks, what if we punish the pawns in the microwave? I don't think that'll help. You see, wouldn't that just make the pawns harder because they're basically like diamonds? Yep. Now let's see here. Maybe there's some pawns down there. Actually, why would there be? You never know. No yarn. I'm sorry to hear that, Breathwar. Now let's what are we doing? Now, where's some other yarns? There might be yarn over there now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, okay. And since we decided that, I almost forgot. Since we decided that yarn is, that collecting a heart bond does not require a reset of the level, I am going to go back to, like, that little fenced-in area to get that piece of yarn. Or, we already collect that? We might collect that. I'll check that later, once I check out over here. Ah, yep. It's important to respect those precautions, Gregor. I'm sorry to hear that, Fullwall 2. Hope you feel better. Now, let's see here. There's something up there. It might be a rift token or something, but we'll try to check. Oh dear. The pawns are very precariously laid out here. Alright. Ow. Careful. Oh, I think that is a rift token. Okay. Let's get that. Wait. Okay. It made the pawn sound effect. I got scared there for a second. It's all good. Now let's see if there's anything over there. More evil pawns. And more evil pawns. Okay. Yep. Fair enough, Krakor. It's important to bring stuff like that up because it affects other people, you know? Yes, Ilvestra, I am playing on a mouse and keyboard, so... fair enough, Krakor. Yep, this was originally a PC game. It got ported to other systems, I think, but I like the PC controls. I've always been a mouse and keyboard player myself. Like, for me, I'm terrible on controller. Like, really, really, really bad. Though I did play the Wii for a while, and I actually really like those controls. Though, to be fair, I found the Wii controls to be a bit similar to PC. Oh, there's a yarn or something we can't get because we'd have to complete a pawn challenge for that. So that's a big nope. Oh, really, Drekor? So you feel the same way? You like using mouse and keyboard for your platforms as well? Interesting. All right. I know there's a... Well, it's not there yet, but there's usually a... I think it's called a rift over there. That's one. Interesting elevator strat. Well, it's a good question to ask because I know I think this is I really think the feel of a controller comes more down to what you're used to from when you grow up. So I think lots of people ended up playing on like an Xbox or a PlayStation when they were younger, or like a Super Nintendo or something. They're more used to like a controller. So, and that's why when they try a mouse and keyboard, it might feel a bit unusual to them because it's not what they're used to. For me, it's the opposite because when I was young, my parents wouldn't let me have any kind of console like that until the Wii came out. So, mouse and keyboard is what I got used to, and then whenever I got the chance to use like an Xbox controller or something, it just felt so unnatural to me. So again, it's personal preference though, honestly. Now, let's keep looking. Those cannons can be fun, but I'm not sure if there are like pawns in there or not, so I'll be careful about that. Oh, I think there's a yarn over there. Please. Yes! And it's easy too. Thank you. Alright. Ah, fair enough, Chopper Nicholson. So you played on the GameCube. Interesting. For the GameCube, it was a really fun system. I know you can technically play GameCube games on the Wii, but I never really used it for that purpose. Especially since most of them didn't have Wii compatible controls, like you need to actually buy a GameCube controller. But I did think it was cool if they at least allowed those to be reverse compatible. Well, I heard the Wii U is okay, Drekor, but I agree that the Switch is just an excellent system all around. Even from like a technical standpoint, it is fairly precise. Now, there's something useful in there, I wonder. Nope. Just evil pawns. Yep, there's a lot of indies on Switch. I agree, Drekor. Oh, has to do with the size and shape of the controller cover or something. I did see that. Now... I see a button. I must press it. Oh, and there's some yarn over there. That's good. Oh, we need to bring a bucket or something up here. I'll have to come back to that in a sec. First, let's go for that yarn. Uh-oh. About that. I think we need that umbrella to get up there without, like, a special... Without the ability to grapple onto those things, which comes later, so... Oh dear. Run away. I can't run away! Uh-oh. This could be bad. Use our abilities. They drop pawns? Oh no. Why? Okay, fair enough, Drekor. Best of luck with your job search, by the way. And of course there's a heart pawn right on top of it, so we're gonna have to be really careful about it. Can I run up this? I don't think I can. Also, chat, can we appreciate the attention to detail here on the devs' part, actually changing the background music when we're on the beach to be kind of more like an island theme? Yes! This were, can I jump on this thing off? Yeah, okay. we can, if we're very, very, very careful. If the issue is, if I jump up, I'm going to hit that, aren't I? Oh wait, I can do a short hop. There we go. Let's go. We do have enough for the sprint hat, but I am again going to hold off on that just to, for the sake of some of the later hats. I know we'll need some of those later hats. Yeah, glad we managed to do that. Right? I think there are pawns in these slides, so I don't want to mess around with that if we don't have to. Oh, actually, maybe the ball would work. Grab our little beach ball, go over to the buttons. Now. Oh, no. Can I just place it down? Okay. There we go. Yarn. Okay, a rift token, not bad. Whoa. I thought that was a fawn for a second, that scared me. Alright. Yeah, I think it is one of those constellations, Ilvestra, if we're talking about Genshin Impact. I think there's a pawn up. There might be yarn up there, since I'm seeing the outline up there. So many pawns. Yep, there is yarn right there, and it's not too a hard pawn, of course. Perfect. Now let's just continue making our way around. Yep, I agree, Rekor, because usually those like plastic balls are extremely light. It's either that the ball was really heavy or the buttons just don't require very much weight. Yep, aka Planet France. No, not Planet France. That's my home. That's Emily's home. I mean, I do not live in France. But that's all good. Now let's see here. There might be some yarn over here. I see a chest. I must open the chest. Yes! More yarn. Oh, you're right, Rekor. As the meme challenges as we continue to get new meme challenges, we're going to need like an encyclopedia. We'll need like a wiki for the memes. That'll be hilarious. Yeah, the fact you have so many, I'm glad to hear you got good luck in Genshin Impact though, covering this. That's good to hear. There's yarn. Let's approach very, very. Alright. Now we got that. Ooh, you know what? That right there is the camera badge, and it might actually be pretty useful in this run considering how we... Oh dear. Can I run up there? Oh dear. We're going to need to get back on the ship. Oh, no, don't drown, Hatchet, don't drown. Okay. Yep. I mean, Top Rentals, and if you want to, like, write information about a meme challenge or something, feel free to. I'm all for, like, community support. Yeah. Exactly, Rekor. If nothing else, it'd be a good writing exercise, and as someone who has to write a lot, both for my video game and for being a Dungeons & Dragons Dungeon Master, or, like, a Game Master, I think is the correct term, I would highly recommend writing of any kind that you enjoy, because it's no matter what you do in life, writing is always a good skill to develop. There we go. Okay, then Now we have our very first badge, which is the camera badge, and this could be very useful because, as you didn't see, not only does it give us a way to pause cancel, which might be nice, but it also gives us a way to actually get a good look around the level, possibly scout out areas for Pons. So that could be pretty useful. And I'm glad you're trying to help Copper Nicholson and Lystra. It's good. I really do like it when I see my my community members work trying to help each other out, even if it's in a different game. That's very cool, all too. I guess Dungeon Master and Game Master is pretty interchangeable. The only real difference is that a Dungeon Master is for a game of Dungeons and Dragons, whereas a Game Master could be for other role-playing games that might not necessarily be Dungeons and Dragons. Honestly, Copper Nicholson, I think just an Antomicx wiki would be fine. Now let's grab that. And I think you're right, Gregor. It might be on, like... I've seen so many, like, different fan wikis and these for different creators and such, so I have to believe there's ways to do it for free. Now, there's a present up there. Unfortunately, we need some abilities we don't have yet, and I don't think... And even then, we'd be probably collecting pawns, so that's a scary thought. Now, let's see. There's yarn in there where we can't quite get yet. There's yarn up there. Let's go to the lighthouse. Up we go. Any pawns up here? Nope. Okay. Great. No pawns yet. Oh dear. Chat, look at that water channel. There's so many pawns. I know I have to proceed very, very carefully. Maybe we can just walk on the edge. Just hop over that. Okay. Avoid that pawn. Dear. I don't think we can get up there yet. But even if we could, we would want the Rift token anyway, so not yet. Yeah, fair enough, Ilvestra. Yeah, Drekor, feel free to explain the connection from Emily from Crosscode to Hack Kid. But yeah, you're right, Drekor, we do need the grappling badge first, so we'll have to come back to that. Though I think, is there something over there? There might be. I'm gonna try diving over there just for science! Not seeing anything over here. There's the egg. I don't think that it does anything for us. What's over there? Oh, right over there is where the faucet is, but that's not really important for this level. Yeah, that's very cool, Wall 2. Everyone's trying to make me suffer. Meanwhile, you just want to have Sergey run the stream. Thanks, cool, Wall 2. And that'd be really cool because Sergey has never gotten to run the stream. That's his right. And considering all I do for you people. Hey, no pawns yet. Genshin Impact. I'm not sure. Hat time, I'd say no. Because it's not like Hat Kid's been thrown into another world she didn't know about. Like, she was clearly above this world before, so she knows about it. Whereas an Isekai, I really think of it more like going to another world entirely that you have absolutely no preconceived notion about. But I think that's probably going to do it for yarn we can get right now, with one possible exception. So, somewhere on one of those balloons, up there. So up there is a piece of yarn that for the ice hat, which we're normally not supposed to be able to get until a bit later. And the ice hat lets us do very interesting things. However, while we can't normally get there right now, I do know of a glitch that would allow us to get up there. But for this... But I don't want to just start using glitches unless we absolutely have to in certain things. So I would be interested to hear from you, chat. Should I try to get the ice hat? I don't think we really need it right now, but it is something I do know how to do a glitch to get. Well, it involves a couple of buckets and things like that. Out of curiosity, Philosopher, why do you want the meme challenges column to go? Oh, you want the meme challenges column to go off the screen as in, like, there's so many memes. Oh, no. That would be terrifying. Okay, that's fair enough, Copper Nicholson. I can see that argument for isekais and the definition of them. And I guess maybe for a hat time. I think there might be a chest down here if I'm remembering correctly. Let's see. Ah, there it is. Relic. Not quite what I was looking for, but it's something. Oh yeah, that's fair. So it's not like another reality entirely. That's right, Drekor. So it's just another planet. Hacktid clearly has traveled around space before, so that's... It's not like that's a new idea to her. Alright. I think we're in, like, a pretty good spot in terms of our yarn, though. So... I think let's progress the level. And first and foremost, will the cutscene activate is the real question. Because there's supposed to be a cutscene here. If I... Oh, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Mustache Girl. Now, we don't have to do this to complete the level, but for the sake of introducing you all to this character, I think this is fine. Oh, wow. She is... It's like she knows, like, I'm going to make Hacktid collect pawns! Or, sorry, I'm going to make Hacktid collect pawns, and there's nothing she can do about it. Oh, or maybe not. Now, we could always try the red safe again, but I wonder if the way the pawns are released is random. But that's a subject we can broach at a different time. I think when we finish this level, because we spent almost an hour on the first level looking for yarn, and it's fine. We're making progress, but I do find that kind of funny because this is a really, really easy level. I have not seen Tomodachi Mawaku. How is it? She went. Oh, there she is. Ah, it's underrated.
Down there. Don't think I didn't see you stalking me.
And Mustache Girl has by far some of my favorite lines in this entire game. And her voice actress, whoever she is, does a great job.
Us kids should stick together, not stalk one another. I mean, Mafia Town can be a really dangerous place. So what'd you say? Wanna join my little rebellion?
I mean, just listen to that, chat. Isn't that amazing voice acting? It's like, hey, you down there. And also kind of... I also like that it's a... I'm glad you agree, Gregor.
By the way, did you have anything to do with the junk?
The junk?
Yeah? Yikes. Looks like you've got a lot of cleaning up to do, huh?
Yes, this entire her game is about collecting junk. Well, it's not my problem. It's all your fault anyway.
Tell you what, come up here and I can show you where some of your junk landed.
As if you don't already know. Oh, I know you've been here for more than an hour. I haven't been watching you. Maybe just a little. Oh! You see, this was my plan all along, Hacktid. I placed the pawn right over that button so that you'd have to press it, and you wouldn't be able to complete the first level Ponless. Truly a diabolical scheme indeed. I think Conductor's accent is more Scottish or Welsh. But I have a slight favorite for Mustache Troll, though. Conductor is up there. It's amazing. And we touch this without touching the pawn. No! That was... No! Why? Alright. Here we go again. Oh, Gregor, I know we don't technically have to do that whole sequence. I just want to do it for the lines, but... Considering that... Considering that it causes us to have to do a reset again. Ah, dear. Alright, I think we've done level 1 enough this stream, so... Let's just get this done, I'd say. Like, it's not hard to do, I just need to go to the right spot. Yeah, I know, I can just run straight there, that's what I'm going to be doing. Let's go.
Huh?
Hey!
And of course, we start at the level of 2 pawns, so here we go.
I'll take you.
Like, come on, that's mine! That's my junk! If you're not going to give me my junk, I'll take it from you. Oh wait, I just remembered something. They drop pawns when they die, so... You know what? Druid hat.
Thank you.
Or maybe that guy doesn't. Alright, 2 pawns, and we start with 2 pawns, so... There we go, ladies and gentlemen! Level 1 Ponless! Ah. Thank you for that explanation, Copper Nettleson. Now, I think it's time we update the chart, so before we continue, let's do that. So here's the chart. We have proven that you can beat Mafia Town without collecting a pawn, which should surprise no one, I think. That's a really straightforward level, so... Press OK there, and there we go. Mafia Town, 0 pawns. Yeah, no, Koal too. It's a really simple level, and it only took an hour. Alright. Let there be light. Yeah, never doesn't someone says congrats on collecting your first piece of trash. Alright, that's going to be an on... Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've come up with our first running gag for this challenge run series, and that's going to be that timepieces don't exist, they're just called junk. So we have 1 piece of junk already, now let's find the next piece of junk. Junk. But before we do, I do need to take a quick break to use the restroom. Don't go anywhere, guys, I'll be right back. Alrighty, welcome back everybody. Sorry for the wait. So, before we continue though, I think it's important to make reference to some of the memes in this game. So this game has a lot of funny optional dialogue. It's a microwave. I use it to punish food that's been bad. And there's our fridge, which has lots of strange looking things. But that's Hat Kid for you. And this game has just so much charm. And one of the nice pieces of attention to detail I love about this game is actually the loading screen. So almost every level has its own unique loading screen, and it just looks so cool. It's such a great way to break up, to make it more interesting. It really shows a lot of love on the devs part. And oh my goodness, there's our first level that requires Pons to play. Oh dear. Well, I actually want to update the Pons chart for that, so we already know that the From Space is going to require at least 5 Pons. So 5 pawn minimum. But we'll have to see if we add to that when we actually play it. In the meantime, let's continue with the other level that doesn't cost Pons. Yeah, so you looked at that, chat. It must have taken the artist a lot of time to make all these different level screens, but it definitely is worth it. Hello, ZKS Fails! Thank you so much for dropping by. How you been? Welcome to the Hat in Time. I guess it's a minimum pawnless challenge run, where we're trying to complete this game while collecting as few pawns as possible, and here's our progress so far, as you can see. So, we're trying to see what the minimum number of pawns are to beat this game. So, should be a lot of fun. We've already gotten 1 hat, and we are trying to get through this area. Now, got out there without collecting pawns, and we're starting the level with 2 pawns, so if we still only have 2 pawns when we collect the timepiece, that means we did this level pawnless. So, and then, this is generally considered a fairly straightforward level. It is the first boss battle of the game, but definitely an easy boss under normal circumstances. It all depends on how many pawns there are, of course.
Your cooking is bad, and you're a bad person. Now let me go!
Mustache Girl's dialogue's amazing.
Get off me!
Hat Kid, I see you over there. Can you help me? Hello?
What kind of man grabs an innocent little girl?
Hat Kid, are you mocking me, Hat Kid?
I'm not going anywhere!
Hi!
Let go!
Alright, but in all seriousness, let's continue this.
Hey? Hey, child, shoo! Mafia can't have child witness when Mafia teaching lesson.
Mafia cannot have just any witness in general. I also love this cutscene. Just blank stares.
Oh, it's awkward for Mafia. Mafia not sure what to do.
Yep, Cavernous and Ivory. Hat Kid is the best interdimensional witch.
Boss, what do we do with eyewitness? Teach her lesson, boys.
That's right. Well, what do we do? She's just a kid. You know what you do. And thus begins the boss battle. It's basically like a... I think the best way to describe it would be... Uh-oh. That's a problem. They drop pawns. Why? And the other thing, Chad, is I can't go, like, forward or backward. I can only go left or right in this boss battle, so... That's not good.
I'm gonna take you down.
It means we're kind of on a timer here, chat. We have to be very careful about where we're defeating these enemies, so that we don't accidentally collect pawns. January when?
No
Stay away.
child will be in the way of Mafia.
Oh, he bounced off us. Oh dear.
Enough!
Also, I'll mention ZKS Fails. There's no stream on Thursday because of the holidays, but I will be continuing to stream next Tuesday and Thursday as usual. So again, no stream this Thursday.
Mafia won't bow to...
And now the real battle begins. Uh-oh. Okay, thank goodness we didn't collect the pawn.
Stand still!
Now, chat, this is an exploit that has never been fixed.
Do not think about
Ahead of time is a
avoiding
perfectly
barrels.
balanced game without exploits.
Heads up, little
All you have to do to survive this is just duck right here, because what happens is the barrels are supposed to bounce there to kind of go around, and then they just never... Wait, can I slug dance here? I
You
can!
can handle these barrels.
Let's go! The Mafia dude's probably like, what the heck? She's just standing there menacingly.
Nowhere.
She's just
Mafia
standing
need
there,
to take care of this
menacingly.
mafia style.
Mafia need to punch that smug look off your face.
Prepare to feel what mafia do to...
Now, the only thing this is different about this Mafia dude is he has a lot more health than his other friends for some
How did
reason.
you?
Don't hit me into a pond! We're almost done with the battle.
I'm so confused.
Let's go! Mafia is blasting off again. And if I'm not mistaken, we started with 2 pawns, we ended with 2 pawns, so there we go! Ponless! Barrel battle Ponless!
Psh, can you believe them? What?
What a bunch
Hey,
of losers.
you're all right, new kid. Do you have a name?
I'm Emily.
No? You shy?
Are you really,
That's
though?
cool. You're a
I'm
less talk,
Hackett.
more fighting kind of girl, I take it.
That's one way to put it, mustache girl.
That thing you grabbed there. Are you collecting them? They've been raining from the sky
That
ever
jump
since you
you
arrived.
found there.
I've seen the goons bring them to their headquarters where...
Are you collecting that
there.
junk? Emily has been possessed by Leia.
We should go up there and get your junk. It'll be fun. I'll take any opportunity
No.
that involves messing up the mafia.
Mustache girl's embracing the running dad with the word to just at the junk.
You with me, buddy?
Come on, you with me, Hackett? Let's go get more of your junk. Just how much junk did you lose, Hackett? Too much. Is that the Elvestra? Intruder alert! Please get at the brub. Oh my goodness, it's even more dangerous than I thought. That's not an intruder, that's my new best friend. Mustache girl. Intruder alert.
Are you
Oh,
ready
whatever.
to take down some mafia? Let's do it. I'm psyched.
I didn't see that, Drakor.
Let's go over the plan. All assaults need a good plan, or it'll be a flop.
I just noticed something, so... With this drawing, there's a lot of little details here, so I didn't notice that Mustache Girl actually drew herself down there on the level document. But also, she did not draw Hat Kid, so it's like she's only caring about herself here.
First, we strangle them, choke them, and watch them beg for mercy. That'll show them. No, wait. Strangling is too kind.
I have an idea. Since you lost your junk, Hat Kid, maybe we can steal some of their junk. No? Oh, okay, fair enough.
We smash them together into mush and put their remains in a jar. Then we sell the jar for pocket money. That'll be the ultimate salt in the wound. But first we have to make it through their Mafia HQ.
Bad, dumb, probably smells.
Once we find and dethrone the Mafia boss, the rest will follow. Then our mush and jar party will be no problem. We've got to get you geared up. Your hat is basic, and we don't do basic in this gang.
Wait, when did I become part of a gang?
Yarn can be found around Mafia Town and used to stitch new hats if you're crafty. I've collected one for you.
You You can consider this pity, Hat Kid. Now go on. Shoo, take your yarn.
You need more yarn for some hats than others. I guess being creative isn't free. So keep an eye out for yarn.
Although, considering that you have that brewing hat, I guess you already knew this stuff, and this is just a pointless explanation. Oh well, tutorials are fun, aren't they, chat? Aren't they, chat?
Now you're a killing machine. Let's go.
Alright,
get
fair enough,
them.
Dr. Edelson. Have an awesome family dinner. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are in a bit of a pickle because we do... I agree, Ripcore. I love Mustache Girl too. She's such a fun character. But, we actually do need to go back and collect some pawns to be able to even enter here, so there might actually be enough on the spaceship, but I'll need to try and see if I can remember where they... Oh, right there, actually. That is way more than 5 pawns. Okay. We're just going to try and... Very, very cautious. Because we only want 5. Carefully. Okay. There we go. And... Oh, before I forget, should update the chart. So, we did manage to beat Barrel Battle Ponless, so that's an accomplishment. Now, as for the... I put a 5 there for the next one because that's the minimum required to actually enter the level. And we'll see if we can actually do the level itself without pawns. And if we can, then 5's the best we can do. Yep. Now, let's see here. Now, the thing is, there's no way to get the progress without completing this level. Like, the next section will not unlock unless you do this level, so we are kind of stuck in that regard. Came from outer space. This is a really funny level, though. Now, technically we're starting this with 0 pawns, so let's, make sure it says that. Alright, there we go. So we're starting the level with 0 pawns, and if we end the level with 0 pawns, then that's a pawnless. Now, for this level, we actually do have to fall in the mud like that. And as you can see, Hat Kid's eye is actually low, so... And yep, you're right, let me just wash off to show that. She does, some levels they actually do give Hat Kid like unique look, and she has her own little raincoat. It's so cute, isn't it? Isn't it precious? Like, isn't it precious? Anyway, Hat Kid is extremely cute. And the devs even say that this game is cute as heck, and that is 100% accurate. It's a very, very cute game. Now, let us see if we can make our way up to where we need to go without collecting a pawn. Also, I should note, the water's flowing upwards here, which makes no sense, but again, this is... Oh yeah, exactly. I agree, Record. Wait until we get to the stealth missions. That's when you're Heartland bound. Or there's also a mission involving, we'll say a marching band, and I'll leave it at that. That's definitely my favorite outfit for her. Now, how do we get up there? Just hop up there. Nah, wait. Okay. Oh, use this TV. Might time that a bit better. Wait. Okay. Maybe this barrel. There we go. Before far, so good. See Pons there. Let's walk around. Hopefully there's nothing over here. Okay. Now we do need mud for this, so... Well, 0 Pons? Okay, there we go.
What the? Huh? It's like
I had regret before I could see how that be, sorry. Oh no, what is it? It is slimy space alien!
Mafia suspicious! Mafia knew all along! Mafia is being invaded by aliens! Ah!
This is why this mission is just hilarious. The horror! And he drops Pons. Why? Okay. Avoid that pawn. Come on, notice me. Okay, there we go. Also, the music in this game is phenomenal as well. I mean, just listen to this. It almost sounds like it's like a UFO chase sequence. Come on, notice me. Right? There are pawns there. Okay. Still 0. Now, I have played this level so much because there is a Death Wish variant of this level that requires you to beat it with as few jumps as possible, so I do know a few little tricks. So like that, for example. Still 0? Oh, please. Please, just leave me alone.
Leave Mafia alone, you monster! Here, if Mafia give you this, will you go away?
Here, take this junk. Will this make you go away? And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The level itself is Ponless, but the actual entry fee is not Ponless. Now let us make, yep, 0 Pons. So, we're updating the chart real quick, or rather the chart doesn't need to be updated. That level is a minimum 5 Pons for the entry fee. Let's continue our little adventure. Fortunately, this doesn't have a pawn entry fee, so that's good. This is a fun level, as you can see by the by the loading screen art. Alright, sounds good, Redcourt. See you soon. Wait a minute! That's evil. That is evil. We need that to get up there. Why? Maybe if I crawl in? Can I crawl into that? Will that work? Please. Oh no. And then I hit it anyway. No! That's the only way up there. I mean, unless we use a glitch, which I don't really know how to do properly. Alright. You know what? I know that there is a glitch that can be done to get infinite height. I'm just not entirely sure how it works. So if someone in chat wants to look it up real quick, because that might be a way for us to get up there without collecting that pawn specifically. But if I can't pull it off, I'll just say we need to collect that pawn. Unless it's a situation where the where it just won't spawn in the things that we need to do stuff up there, in which case the glitch would be pointless, but we should at least give it a try. Yeah. One pawn. Yeah, so the problem in Rektor is there is a cannon. Let me show you what the issue is, Rektor. That cannon right there is the intended way to get to where we have to go. Unfortunately, we can crawl under the pawn, but what happens is it shoots you straight up and you collect the pawn anyway. So, there is a glitch that can be done to gain infinite height. I just don't know how to do it. But for now, we're starting the level with one pawn, and we'll see if I can pull off the glitch, great. If not, then we'll just say it's a mandatory pawn. But before we do that, I want to collect what's up there. If anyone in the chat wants to kind of look up, I think it's a glitch involving the buckets and getting infinite height. Feel free to, because I genuinely do not know how to do it. I'm just going to try and use my best judgment with it and see if it'll work. Hooray for Rift Token! Okay, so the buckets are over there. Oh dear! No! Whew, that was scary. Okay, so first let's get rid of the... Please don't drop pawns. And of course it dropped the pawn. Okay. How's that not? Does it just not have collision? Stay away. Okay, we're good. Now, what the glitch involves essentially is stacking one of these things on top of the other, and I think it's just spinning around in a circle. So, throw that. Not quite. Okay. Oh, it's the ship wall? What about the ship wall?
Take this and that.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's always fun. SS, none of your business. Alright, so now...
Eat dirt.
Is this how we do it? Are we gaining height, or am I just being stupid? No, I don't think we're gaining height.
Mafia just help you build character.
Oh, I think it was like we have to... There's this work.
Take this and this.
Delay this. Oh, actually, you know what it might be? Maybe we're supposed to, like, knock this down. Like, knock the other thing lower than this one. And if we do that, then it might,
Feel the pain?
like that. Yeah. Maybe it's like that.
And that.
It's really janky to try and get this to work correctly because it's... Oh dear. Well, now it's further away, which is not what we want. Oh, we could use that, maybe. Oh.
Eat dirt.
No. No. No.
Feel the pain? Good.
Oh, I have to get on the lower one. Okay.
On that.
Let's try this again. So, am I on the right track record? That basically I have to get the higher bucket to be lower than the bucket I'm holding and then try to stand on it. Because I think that's how the glitch works. Because it's essentially like you're pulling yourself up indefinitely. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, this is progress. Now we try to... Not quite working, as I hoped. I can always just drop it. Okay, there we go. Now we just want to grab the lower one.
Take this and that.
Okay.
Feel
Now
the
we just
pain?
try to
Good.
get up there. Can I do it? Not quite.
Mafia just helped
Try
you
this
build
again.
character.
Oh! That was almost it, I think. Try to push the upper one down without releasing. Okay. Oh! We almost had it there. You saw that, right, Chad? Yeah, using geometry and stuff. Okay. Well, this is going to be an adventure, isn't it? Alright. Let's try that again.
Mafia just helped you build character. Eat dirt. Feel the pain?
This is a lot harder than it looks, Chad. It's... No!
Feel the pain? Mafia just helped you build character.
Okay. So we... Okay. Please?
Eat dirt.
Maybe if I turn clockwise like that. We're just going to jump back. No! Okay, so we're going to try and get that bucket to the 3 o'clock position. Try our best to...
Take this.
Okay, that's
and
3
this.
o'clock. Let's get under here. Well, we want it dead so we're pushing and then it pushes up against us, so... Oh, I see. So we would just push it under and then we would...
Mafia just helped you build character.
I'm trying to think of a place where we'd be in a position where there'd be something pushing this towards us.
Bow to Mafia.
Oh, actually, now that I think about it, if we get it lower than us and then we stand on the bone itself. Oh. Ah, I think that was it. Or we could have done it there. Yeah, okay. I think I'm getting closer. If there's any, like, Hat and Time speedrunners or something watching this and be like, oh my goodness, Antomicx has no idea what he's doing. They're like, this is supposed to be so easy, but it's... This is my first time actually attempting something like this, so... Oh. Okay. Push it close. Yeah, as long as you guys are entertained, that's... Okay. Come on. I'm closer. And... I even get up there. need that to push it this way, so if I'm facing that direction... Oh, wait a minute. I have an idea. Hear me out, chat. So, if we push that under and it's like directly in front of us like this, and then we're like run up a slope. Oh, that's world record. Now let's see here. Just trying to get under the... It's not under, is it? Come on! Get that any lower.
Mafia just helped you build character. Ha ha!
Okay, that's what we want. That's what we want. Now we just want to kind of tilt it to the right, I think. Oh, well. Maybe we could use that wheelbarrow. Oh. 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 This is really hard on PC. Oh. 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 Almost. Now line it up. Come on! This is infuriating. Okay, there we go. Now it's lined up. What we need to do is kind of run forward and jump on a slope, I think. Or can I just run forward, Gregor? Let's try... No!
Take this and that.
Or, no, we need to run forward and put it...
Mafia just helped you build character. Feel the pain? Good. Eat dirt.
Oh. At least the music's nice while we're trying this.
Take this and this.
Oh, wait. We might be able to just walk on it if we're... time this right. Or not.
Feel the pain? Good.
Now, it's lower, we just need to get on it. Or can we just push it forward upon us? I wonder.
Take this and that. Mafia just helped you build character.
Damn, I can't double jump here. You didn't miss much, Copper Nicholson. We're just trying to do a glitch to see if we can get, Oh.
Eat dirt.
Trying to... Oh, right there. That might be a good spot. Oh, here we go. I think I did it. Yes! Fly away, Hackett! Yes! Let's go! Now, how does this... I have no idea how to draw this. This is the issue. Oh, no. I think this is right. I'm scared what will happen if I press W. This is the Mario 3. Wait, no, we're going down. No, don't go down. Don't up. I can't go up. Are we going up? Please tell me we're going up. This is so ridiculous. Oh, yep, we're going up. We're going. It has a mind of its own. Like, what? I don't want to know what happens if I jump Drakgor. Just it took so long to get to this point. I'm getting dizzy. Hat Kid, what are you doing down there? Hat Kid. Jumping messes with the glitch. Okay, don't jump, don't jump. Nope, nope, no, we're going down. No, go up. Please go up. How does this work? So if I look down, what happens? And I collect a pawn, and now we're stuck. Alright, well. That's a death to the death counter, but that's how we're supposed to get up there. I just need to repeat that. Please. No. So, I mean, it was incredible. Unfortunately, I don't know how to use it properly, so we're gonna have to try that again. Come on. Get in there. Okay, there we go. Now we're just going to get it nudged in there.
Mafia just help you build character.
Like that. Come on. Do the glitch. Oh, do we do it?
Eat dirt.
Oh. Yes. Yes.
Take this.
Ah! Here we go! Ladies and gentlemen, we are ascending! Let's go! We're probably want to go very high just so we can... We go over there? Oh dear. I messed up. No! The bash! We are going to die.
You took your time. Help me out here.
What? No, it worked. I think it worked. It's like the game thought we were supposed to be up there, so it's like spawning us back up here. And Mustache Troll was like, "Well, you took your time getting up here. What were you doing playing with those buckets?" It would take too long to. It would take too long to explain.
Get these brutes off my case, and we can.
Let's go! We did it up here! It worked! It actually worked! Let's go! Saved by the power of checkpoints! Alright. We avoided a pond! Can you imagine just how long Mustache Girl's been staying up there wondering where we've been when she left a perfectly good cannon for us to get up here with? Let's just defeat these guys, so... Oh, we only have to hit them once.
Good job, kid.
Now, chill. Wait a minute. Are we going to collect those pawns as soon as... Oh, I hope not. Yep, exactly, Drakgor. I had to set up an Infinite Height collection. Thank you so much, Drakgor, for telling me that I was on the right track there, so... But that was pretty important. No! Well, that's another death. Oh well. Thankfully, we can just enter and hopefully not collect any pawns. It's alright, Drakgor, I got the idea. And now we're in, ladies and gentlemen. We started this level with one pawn, and hopefully we'll end it with one pawn. Because remember, if we accidentally collect a pawn here, we're going to have to do that glitch again, so... Hey look, there's your junk, Hat Kid. Go collect it. In the Mafia tray. I also like how they're like throwing stuff out this. Now there's the badge seller.
Hi there, young one. You may call me the badge seller.
And we're not allowed to buy stuff that would be useful. So, well, no badges that will like theoretically help us, but I think badge pins and obviously dies are probably okay.
Mafia take no time
Yeah, this is the badge seller. He's supposed to be, like, very glitchy to explain why he's everywhere. He sells you badges and dyes and other fun stuff. Now, you have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me! Why? That is really inconvenient. Chat, look at this. This is what I was afraid of. It's this. It's. Ah, fair enough, Ripper. Now, the thing is, we have to go that way. I don't think the only way we can get in there is if we dive. And we'd have to, like, dive perfectly. Yeah, exactly, Elvestra says, nice knowing me. I have to practice that a few times, honestly. And also, can you please stop attacking me? That's distracting. Alright, that stopped them. Alright. Oh, there's a glitch to skip it? Well, I mean, I can activate co-op, Gregor. I'm not opposed to it. If you want to explain how to do that, I'd be more than willing to listen, just because that would be easier than, of course, trying to dive through there. There's pawns. Wait a minute. There's a... Why is there a pawn before that door? You just summon Bo-Kid when you're by the door, and she teleports past the door. Okay. Alright, but there's an angle. Okay. I just crawl under there. Maybe. Come on, I should be able to fit in there. Right? Right? Can't drop down from above either. Have to go through there, which means I'll have to... That's not kind of close. Can we get through that door, Ponless? Okay, we got through there. But... I'm afraid that if we go to that door, we're just going to touch that pawn. Walk. Maybe not? No! Okay, well, we're gonna have to reset this level anyway, but I think, is there a way to get through that door without touching that pawn? I don't think there is. Chat, I think that might be our first, like, mandatory pawn. Or, because I don't see how we get through that door without, hitting that. But, for the sake of argument, let's see what happens if we bring in co-op. Please plug in. I don't have a controller. Okay. Well, that's out of the question. So, first gonna have to say that pawn is mandatory. But as for in here... Why? Pawns, they're everywhere! Mustache Girl, glitch me through the... Can you glitch me through? No? Okay. I think I see the general idea is that I'd have to use, like, I have the idea we'd have to try and squeeze ourselves in there. It's a shame there isn't a glitch that can be done without co-op. No! Well, to be fair, even if we did have the key, I still think we would have to stand here. Or would we? I'll have to check on that. We will reset the level, I think, once we kind of map this area out, because it does take a while to get up here. No. Okay, now we definitely have to reset the level, because that is an avoidable pawn, so... We'll be back, but before we get back, I do want to see if... kind of try to map things out a bit. There's some way up there that doesn't involve pawns. Oh, there is one. Just go up this way. Now this here, ladies and gentlemen, is I think the only place where the rat enemies exist. I haven't seen them in any other, like, level. The only reason I know about that is because there's a Death Wish challenge for defeating all the different basic enemy types. And for the longest time, I didn't know what I was missing. I was going to try the co-op thing, Direct Gore, but I don't have a controller, so I can't do that. Okay, so what we needed was this bucket for down there. Actually, I wonder... Can we use some kind of clipping glitch with the buckets, or does that not work? It's all the way up there, isn't it? Yep. Oh, that's annoying. Oh well. Let's, okay, so what I think we'll have to do is we'll have to throw this over here, so, like... Okay, like that. And then we have to dive through that door perfectly. So, like, if I jump and then just... Well, no, that's a bad angle, because then we'll fly into that other pond. If we do it from this side, maybe we'll be okay. Line it up. No! That's such a thin hitbox. And we messed. So many poor pawns. Oh. We're going to have to... We're definitely going to have to experiment there. Because that is such a bad angle. Yeah, there's barely any space there. We're going to have to do something like that. Like, get really, really close. Like, practically touching the pawns. Probably jump and dive like that. Well, that'll be something to try for next time. And we would grab the key, and of course... I picked up the bucket while I have the key. No, I did not. Alright, I can still dive and double jump, I think. That's good. Now, so yeah, we would have to kind of do this. So, get really, really close. Jump and dive. Now let's see about this. So, now that I have the key, what would happen? Do I just get close and it would, like, unlock and I could just dive past it? Or is it, like, another door? That's my question. Okay. No, it's another door. So we would enter an animation. And then, obviously, be forced to collect the pawn. Hey, no worries, Copper Nicholson. We beat a couple levels, so... It's definitely interesting, though, because it really makes you see this game in a different way, trying to avoid all the pawns. What's around here? There's a chest back there, but there's also a pod. Okay. Why? Here's for breakfast! Okay, no, can we stand there and open this without that pawn? Because if not, then I can't open that. Okay. We can! Thank goodness. So that yarn's okay. Now... Wait a minute. Here's for breakfast, why? You have gotta be kidding me! Okay, what's the minimum number of pawns we can collect here? I'm going to guess maybe 1, if we're lucky. No! 1 might be... No, we can't do 1, because if we even get remotely close, it's like she get extremely cold. Though we can avoid that one, at least that's better. Okay, and then we would fall there, and lots of pawns, but we should be okay from there. Okay. Back to the hub. I don't think we're going to beat that level this stream, but I do want to see if we can get the, at least, aerial glitch more consistent, and if we can, I want to try practicing those doors a bit. Because those doors are going to be really, really tough. Now, let's see here. I'll make sure we edit the counter here. I agree. Cat Kid is adorable, and she even reacts to the different environments, like you saw she was cold in the freezer, so... But then, awesome attention to detail. Bye, here's for breakfast. All the cuteness. Oh, sure, Gretgor. And actually, at the end of the stream where I'm, like, beginning to explain things and stuff, that's when, of course, Cat Kid won't be moving around, so you'll be able to see those. But I love the amount of effort we go through just to avoid this one pod. Like, to me, that makes it all the more satisfying because it is, like, a legitimate challenge to avoid that one pod. Now... let's see if we can find the buckets again. Get some bounce. Yep, no worries, Topper Nicholson. At the end of the stream, I'll let Hackhead do some of her idle animations. Alright, first things first, want to get rid of these things, because I'm not the best at the glitch. Okay, we're still at 9 pawns, so that's good. Away. Away. Okay, the pawns are gone. Not what I want to do there, but that's okay.
Feel the pain? Good.
Now we just need to try and line this up again. So, turn around. Around. Not that way, Hackhead. Okay, there we go. Please. Please.
Mafia just
Oh dear. Alright, we're spinning upward, that's good. I think. Unless the momentum dies. I think what we have to do is just get above the... There's some kind of barrier. There's some kind of height barrier that I guess is supposed to trigger once you get to a certain height, and once that happens, then it'll just checkpoint us over there. But yeah, in the meantime, you spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby. Hack Kid! What are you doing? That's not how physics works, Hack Kid. But the laws of physics do not apply to me. Alright, so we're getting up there. Let's just keep going. Yes, exactly. Someone flip that. That'd be great. This entire section of just trying to mess around with these buckets. Yes, exactly. Cool too. If she didn't have glow in the dark eyes, of course she can spin with 2 buckets and gain infinite height. Okay. I wonder if there's a height barrier. Alright. I think this is... Oh. Drop. Dive. Please teleport us.
You took your time.
Okay.
Help me out here. Get these brutes off my...
Alright, well, it worked. We're back up here. And get ready for another death chat, because unfortunately we cannot seem to do that button without touching that pawn. Or can we? We actually did, okay. Alright. Let's see if we can... Let's try the doors again.
Go home with you.
Okay.
Go home with you.
So I think the strat for here is just going to be doing it from this angle.
Home with you.
Before we do that, we do need the bucket. So get out here. This. Have our buckets. We're going to try and use this. Right, first things first, we gotta throw it in there. Probably want to throw it to the right just to be safe. That'll do. Now, what I'm thinking is we have to get as close as we can without touching this and then try to go for the dive. How close can we get? Well, that was a fail. I'm thinking what the closest we can get is kind of like with our shadow lining up with the door frame. And once we go beyond that, that's when it's not going to work. Now we have to jump and dive. No! Will it reset if I leave? I can't leave. Okay. It might just not be... It just might be too low of a ceiling, honestly. Oh, you know what might work now I'm thinking about it? What if we, like, find some place to line ourselves up on the tiles and then dive that just perfectly makes us barely miss that frame? Maybe that would work. Here, maybe? Not quite. About here. Nope. Would that have worked? That might have worked if I just lined it up properly. Okay. Wait. Okay, line up better, so. Okay, maybe like that. That's a big baby. Then to get out, we try to do the same thing, so. I'll leave that. Or we can try doing it on the way down, maybe. Cat Kid said Fox is a little too tall. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe 2 or 3 is the best we can do that. Alright, now let's dive through there. Unfortunately, that one's unavoidable, but the other one isn't. So we got that. Now let's try to min pawn this. Yep, that pawn is unavoidable as well. Finally, let's see about up there. Okay. Okay, so 2 pawns there is probably the best we can do. Unless, can we dive there? no, that wouldn't have worked, and that would have been worse, so... Okay, so 2 pawns there, 2 pawns at the doors, and 2 to 3 pawns on that one doorway. Okay. I do want to try one last thing with the bar before we... Or not. Well, I guess we're going to have to go back to the hub there. We're definitely going to have to try that again, for sure. But that'll have to be saved for next week, since there's no stream this Thursday. So let me just add the little pawn counter and start to set things up. We're at 17. Well, that's technically not it for the 2020 streams, because technically there's a stream next Tuesday and next Thursday, so there's still 2 more. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to have to start wrapping things up, so I'd be curious to hear from you, chat. I know this is not crosscode, but what did you all think of this new challenge run? Are you guys enjoying it? You guys enjoying the new game, some of the new meme challenges and such? Yes, I love this game, and I think this could be a really interesting challenging run based off of what we've seen here tonight. But I also recognize that it is a very different kind of game compared to crosscode. Nice cool wall too. I agree, that hike glitch was a lot of fun. And as promised, you're seeing some of Hat Kid's idle animations right here. They're all really cute. But hope you all enjoyed on Twitch. We will be. Fair enough, Kirko. I know you love this game. But I'd be curious for those who might not have played A Hat in Time, or those who might be seeing this for the first time. And I'm curious to hear from those on YouTube as well, so if you do have an opinion about this game or this challenge room, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. But I am curious to get feedback from you guys, as this is, of course, a new kind of game. If you're watching here on Twitch, we will be doing a raid, so feel free to stick around for that and possibly get some extra channel points. Okay, fair enough, Copper Nicholson. There's a lot to think about with the challenge run, especially since we have to keep such careful track of the minimum number of pawns for each level. But personally, I think it'll be rewarding since we are treading new ground here. And it does make for some moments where it's like we do like some glitch or some really difficult platforming maneuver just to avoid 1 pawn. And to me, that's part of the joy of the challenge runs, is overcoming something that either seems impossible or just really, really difficult. So if you're watching on Twitch, I am going to do a raid. If you're watching on YouTube and you enjoyed this, please consider subscribing. It's free on YouTube, you can always change your mind later, and it's a great way to show support. If you're watching on YouTube, hope you have an awesome night.